What's going on, everybody? It's the Super Robot Ed, and today we're going to talk about some future releases for 2023. So this is supposed to be Legacy Year 2. And in the Legacy Year 2, along with the VELOCITRON Wave 2, we're going to go in order and talk about some things, and then we'll talk about this picture here, and then we'll go through the rest of the video. We're going to have Voyager Leo Prime, Voyager Tarn, Leader Prime Skyquake, Leader Armada Megatron, Core Sludge, Deluxe Needlenose, Deluxe Hotshot, Deluxe Junkion 1, Core Sound Blaster, Core Slug, and then the VELOCITRON Wave 2, we have Deluxe Shadow Striker, Deluxe Crasher, Voyager Hot Rod, Unknown Leader 2, so we're going to just go speculate, I don't know what it is, Leader 2 is done, and of course a possible re-release of the Maverick, which is of course pictured right here. Don't want this figure. No offense to those that like it. I just did not want to spend that much money, and Top Gun is, it alright, but I ain't never been no super fan of that movie, even though I'm a 80s, 80s baby. Let's move on. So we know that we had got Voyager Leo Prime in the Japanese Legends line, and that was just a redeco of Alpha Trion. Well, I would rather us get this as Leo Prime, since we won't be using Lao Convoy. I would love to see this be Leo Prime. Now next is going to be Tarn, and it's going to be a Voyager, which that's cool. There's always the MMC iteration of Tarn along with the DJD, and I would love to see them do Tarn correctly and maybe go into a DJD, but they ain't gonna never touch what MMC did, so let's just move on from there. Now here comes the figure I wouldn't mind seeing, and that's Skyquake. And them redoing Skyquake, that is, man, that's dope. That would be bomb ass right there. Because I had both of these, but I sold them for a lot of money because they were going up in value. Because I really wanted to get rid of Prime. And of course, where there is a Skyquake, we're gonna get a Dreadwing, or Dreadwing, whichever his name is. And don't come on this channel and tell me correct me. All right. Armada Megatron, we need a new Armada Megatron that looks like Armada Megatron, because I don't like this figure. I didn't like it. It's just a redeco of the giant tank Megatron from back in the Thrilling 30 Days, and I just thought it was trash. Moving on, we're supposed to get a Core Class Sludge. Interesting. I'm willing to see how that's going to look, but we don't know yet. It's still early. Then, of course, there's Deluxe Needlenose, which was a double target master. I'm willing to see what they do with this. Because, like I said, this guy right here is super expensive if you want something in the modern era. So, let's hope we get something better, something we can use. Next is Hotshot, and I'm thinking it's going to be this Hotshot. Now, this is the Henkei version picture, because this one actually had the better fixes than the Generations version back in Chug days, and it would be nice for us to get an updated version of this. I still think this is one of the better figures. I have the Dion version of this left in my collection. Then there's supposed to be a Deluxe Junkion 1. As we know, the Junkions so far have been Voyagers, so I have no clue of what this is going to be, but we'll see. And then there's going to be a Core Sound Blaster. Here's what I'm saying. Core Sound Blaster. We have yet to get a Sound Blaster based on the Netflix Soundwave, which would be clinch. But until then, and of course, like I said before, I'm really Sound Blaster. I want that version of Sound Blaster. That's the version of Sound Blaster that I know. But moving on, and we're gonna get a Core Class Slug or Slag, and yeah, it's just gonna be a little guy. Okay, cool. And let's talk about Deluxe Crasher. So, man, Crasher, if you're a GoBots fan, she's an iconic character. I call her the female Starscream of GoBots, because she was that character. But, I mean, the last Crasher we got was the Deluxe. This was a Walmart series Crasher, and I wish I kept it, but this was one fantastic deco. I missed this figure. I wish I never sold it. And now we're going to talk about Hot Rod. So Hot Rod, they're saying is a Voyager. Hot Rod, which again, that would mean that we're going to get another version of Hot Rod, because the last Voyager Hot Rod we got was just a deluxe Hot Rod with weapons. So when we get another Hot Rod with weapons, maybe it'll be more of an animation style deco or something, because this doesn't match either toy or animation. Now we're going to talk about Shadow Striker. So Shadow Striker, as you know, this is OFTCC. I believe this is 2003, which was a redeco of Cyburn from RID. Robots in Disguise 2001. I always thought this mold was more Phenomen style. So of course, being that it's what it is, you know, we would probably also get Roulette. And I have both of these. I just got to dig them out of the earth, but I have them. Maybe I'll review them one day, but that would be pretty cool to see that happen. So overall, next year's, you know, there's probably going to be more stuff we haven't heard of yet, but so far, this is okay. I would be permissive for Prime Skyquake, Leo Prime, the Tarn. I'm curious about Armada Megatron. Everything else, you know, I'll have to look at it when it comes out, but those figures I'm kind of stoked to get, because I always thought, even though the original Armada Megatron was lacking in full articulation, he had better articulation than a lot of the figures in Armada. And I always like the look of him. It's a different look. If you could find a Mega Xerox version from one of the OFTCCs, I think it's 04 or something like that, that colorway is dope. But what do you think about all these releases below? Are we getting kind of bored with these releases, or you think this is, you know, awesome? Like, we just can't wait to get them. Leave your thoughts down in the comments below. Again, my name is Super Robot Ed, bringing you news and reviews. Until then, see you soon. Bye-bye.